Mr. Boki.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This is an amendment by three council members having to do with the appropriation of monies for the Prometa drug protocols.
All right. Councilmember Bunny.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Could you explain the technical applications of what the amendment does?
Certainly, Councilman. This amendment would provide, let's go back to the 2006 budget, the 2007 budget. In the 2007 budget, there was $400,000 provided for Prometa. $200,000 was in Superior Court and $200,000 was in juvenile. Later on, by resolution, and there was and you can see on the amendment, a proviso put in place creating some requirements for continued expenditure of funds. The council by resolution passed that and subsequently moved another $200,000 into the Superior Court, totaling $400,000 for Superior Court expenditures through the drug court on the Prometa drug treatment protocols. This amendment would essentially that no funds shall be expended towards the Prometa pilot project beyond those that Pierce County is already contractually obligated to spend as of the effective date of this ordinance. So if there's any unspent money or that we are not contractually obligated to out of that $400,000 appropriation, this would stop expenditures at that level.
Until we deliver or receive, and then we can release the monies once we...
Independent scientific research is delivered that declares that the Prometa treatment protocols is an effective treatment for methamphetamine addiction.
So this is a very similar proviso to the one that we used for good prudency this spring when we had concerns as well.
Very, very similar in that respect, and this makes it clear that we have to have scientific proof.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Effectiveness of the treatment.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilmember Bunny.
I may continue. Last year, as I know all of the council members are aware, I expressed misgivings about what I was reading in the newspapers and the information provided to us about Prometa, and specifically the independent scientific validation. This today received a briefing paper that the performance audit folks have been working on that raises integrity concerns with regard to the contract between Hythium and the Alliance, that raises concerns about exaggerated or misleading representations with regard to the quote-unquote experiment nationally, and it raises questions about the effectiveness of it, looking at both the 06 work and the 07 work. I realize that there's more dialogue to come, but in light of the information, I think that we need more answers before spending taxpayer money on what may be nothing more than false hope for people who deserve real solutions. And so I suggest that it is time to hit the brake, take a hard look at this program. We have a strong sample from this year. The supplemental gives us a unique opportunity to make sure that we're being prudent with taxpayer dollars. And so at this time I do urge that we stop, take a look. If in fact the information provided in this audit document is inaccurate, we can quickly release the dollars. The amount that's in the budget that has been expended was in excess of what what the Alliance actually asked for us, and these dollars do not in any way restrict the experiment continuing to go on through the state funding, which they've received through a outside appropriation. So at this time, I urge the support of my colleagues for Tangerine Amendment number 5. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you. I don't see any other comments or questions at this point, so I'll open up this hearing to testimony. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to offer testimony either for or against Council Amendment number 5? If you'd identify yourself for the record, please, and limit your testimony to 3 minutes.
Mr. Chair, my name is Lyle Quasim, and I am the Chief of Staff for the Executive Branch of Pierce County's government. I'd like to testify against the amendment. I am also on the Performance Audit Committee. The foundation that Councilmember Bunny laid, or portion of the foundation that Mr. Bunny laid for this amendment, was a report that has yet to come to the Performance Audit Committee. to do this prior to allowing the Performance Audit Committee to have to carry out its function and procedures, I think is premature. So that's the first point, is that we have not had the opportunity to review this document, and the Performance Audit Committee should have that opportunity, and the Performance Audit Committee should weigh in on the process. The second reason why I would why I would speak against this amendment is that the program, I believe, still offers us the best chance to chart new ground as it relates to addiction. One of the things that the program talked about in its early stages was 60 to 80% effectiveness rate. The popular wisdom of the addiction programs talk about a 10% effective rate for the current treatment for drug addiction. Mr. Chair, I would suggest if this program had a 15% effectiveness rate, that's 50% better than anything that we're currently doing. And Mr. Bunny talks about the wise use of public funds. I think the ability to provide a 50% enhancement on what the public funds are currently being used upon, I think would be a significant improvement. And thirdly, there is a significant dispute about the research methodology that was used in order to produce some of the findings and conclusions in the report. So again, we need to be able to talk about the research methodology. We need to look at the current success rates of the program, and we need to allow the Performance Audit Committee to do its work and weigh in with comments to the Council with reference to the continuing program.
Thank you, Mr. Quazan. Appreciate the testimony.
Did I hear a bell?
We'll complete public testimony first, and if we have questions, we'll ask them at that point. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am?
Hello. For the record, I'm Terry Schmidt-Whalen, the Executive Director of Pierce County Alliance. Well, I know what it's like to feel like a salmon swimming upstream, and it's not a very enviable position. I hear what Mr. Bunny has to say, and I've heard what the council people have had to say over the last few months. And I was saying to Matt Temel yesterday when he came down and was talking to us about what he was going to write, and although I haven't, to be totally honest, had a chance to even read what he's written. We got it about 20 minutes before we were called to come down. So I'm at a big disadvantage here. But he made a statement yesterday that I think is very fair. People that are, it's kind of like, he told me not to use the word abortion, but it's kind of like abortion or politics. Everybody has an opinion on it, and it's a strong opinion. The people that are for it are valiantly for it, and the people that are not are valiantly not for it. All I would say is we have not had a chance to look at what's been written. I do know that we disagreed with some of the things that we were told yesterday, and very respectfully so. I would like a chance to look at our numbers and look at our files to see if we agree with some of the contents, but not having done that, I don't really have anything I can say about the content. So having said that, I guess I just like to close by saying that I think we at the Alliance, and there's four of us here today, have never felt so committed to something that seems to be working so well in our people that has been so controversial. The last thing I can remember like this was methadone, and that was a long time ago. Pass this if you wish, don't pass it if you wish. I can't really say much about it because I haven't had a chance to look at it. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony.